Inspiration to Creation coach. And today it's Monday Inspiration. Time for some Monday Inspiration. And what I want to do today is to challenge you to look at the past so that you can learn and move forward. So the past has a lot to teach us. And unfortunately, we often are afraid to look at it. We don't want to look at it because we may have had painful events in our past and things we don't want to remember. But actually, by taking a little bit of time to look at the past and to understand it and to learn from it, we can change some of our mindsets and our beliefs that have been set, our programming that was set by, in our early childhood or at any point really, by the experiences we had and by what other people have taught us. So, for instance, recently I went to an event that had to do with money, and it was a weekend workshop about money, and I took some time to really explore how the beliefs that I had about money and where they came from. And, interestingly enough or not, I have beliefs that were given to me by my parents, and also ways of behaving, habitual ways of behaving around money that relate to angers and resentments that have come up for me because of events in my life and relationships in my life. And so I realized that in order for me to earn more money, I had to change my habitual way of thinking and of behaving. And by doing that, by changing me and my thought patterns and my beliefs, that I could allow in more money and I could begin to behave in a different way. Now, if I didn't take the time to look at the past, to say, okay, what was it that I was taught by my mother and by my father? And what has happened, for instance, in my marriage that has caused me to block financial prosperity, or to, my income, what has put a ceiling on my income level, then I wouldn't have been able to see that I needed to change something. I wouldn't have understood what was causing me to have this ceiling, right? But as soon as I understood it, I could release it. I could diffuse the energy around it and sort of break down that ceiling and change that. But it takes looking at the past to understand. Now, there's also a bigger issue, and that is really our cultural heritage. Our cultural heritage is everything that has led up today in terms of our ancestry. And also the culture into which we're born. And that could be your religious culture. So, I happen to have been brought up Jewish, and often Jews think of them more as a culture than a religion. And so, looking at that culture and what the beliefs and habits of the culture are, and the stories and traditions, can help you understand who you are today and why you behave the way you do. Right? I mean, Jews bring the whole Holocaust with them into their belief system. And for many people, that affects how they behave. So Christians have their own things, and Buddhists and Muslims, we all bring our own culture from our religious background into our current way of being. But there's more to it. There are the stories that are brought forth that we learn from. And I always think about Native Americans and how they have a tradition of storytelling, and how those stories are carried forth and really impact the beliefs they have and the way they behave in the world. And so we have to look at that. What were we taught by our ancestors? What were you taught by your ancestors about how to behave, or what to believe? And how is that impacting you right now? Is it something that's serving you, or is it not serving you? Because if it's not serving you, I challenge you to change your beliefs and your habits, right? Because just because our ancestors did it or believed it doesn't mean that it's best for us. On the other hand, sometimes we reject the stories and the beliefs and the traditions and habits of our ancestors, because we think that we live in this modern age and that they're not important to us, when in fact they are. They may provide us with important values and lessons that would inform our life today and make it better. And so maybe that's something we want to adopt. So looking at our cultural heritage can be very important. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge, and that is to look at the past, to learn about yourself, and to improve yourself for the future, to change the future, to look to the past to change the future for yourself, and to see what there is in the past that you can learn from, that is so that you become informed about your habits and your thought patterns and your beliefs, and to see what needs to be changed so that you can make for yourself a better future. This is Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach. Go out there and achieve more inspired results. And if you want to learn more about my high performance coaching, please visit ninaamir.com and click on the High Performance tab, which is under Personal Development, and get and apply for a free session today.